Hi everybody, so today I'm going to explain to you a little bit about LLC structure for real estate investments. And I want to clarify here, I am not a CPA, a financial advisor, or an attorney. I am just giving you how Bobby and I have structured our LLCs for our real estate investments properties. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an explanation on LLC. So an LLC is extremely favorable structure when you invest in real estate because it protects you from your personal assets being involved in any arising lawsuits or anything that happens in a property, that they are not able to come in and tap into your personal net worth. Another good thing about an LLC is that you're able to have multiple members in the LLC. So you could be 50% partnership, and then you could have a 10, 20, 30. Everybody could have a percentage and you're able to put them in an LLC. Another great thing about an LLC is that it has huge tax advantages. So for that reason, our advisors have always put all of our investments into an LLC. So let me go ahead and explain it to you on this board how we have structured our LLCs. So number one, I don't know if you all know this, but Delaware has an awesome protection for owners of LLCs. It doesn't show who the owners are. They don't show the phone numbers, addresses, and so forth. So the protection for the owners per se is awesome in Delaware. And I know that there's another few states that also have very good protection, but for some reason, our advisors always like to file in Delaware. So the first thing you would like to do is that you need to open a holding LLC. You can name it whatever you want to name it. For right now, Bobby and I, we always name it Ortsac Holdings because that is our company name. So the holding LLC is filed in Delaware. Now, for Bobby and I, we have it structured where our managing member is our trust. So we have an extra protection there because we don't have it in our individual names. But for those that are just getting started and don't have a trust, that's okay too. You could just put your individual names. If it's 2, 4, 5, 10 people, it doesn't matter how many individuals, but you put it under your individual name. Again, this is something that you need to consult your resources to make sure that you're filing it correctly with your circumstances. Another thing you need to know about this holding company is that this holding company, this LLC, will never own any piece of any of the properties that are underneath this LLC. So that's also important to know. This LLC will own zero. It has zero net worth. So that way, when anything happens, they're not able to tap into your personal assets or other assets that you have. So you go ahead and you file this LLC based on your advisor. For example, we do Delaware. Then we own a property. Our first property is going to be whatever name you want to put on it. Normally, people like to put the address of the LLC, the first few digits of the property, comma LLC. Then that property that you're purchasing, you want to put it in the state that you own that property. The reason why is that every state has different tax benefits, different landlord rules, and all of that. So it's very beneficial for you to file the LLC that's going to own the property in the state that the property is in. So for example, here I have put our one property that we own is in Florida. So we filed the LLC that the property is going to be purchased under in Florida. It was filed in Sunbiz in Florida with the name of the LLC. In that LLC, who is the managing member? Our holding company. not Bobby and I personally, not my children, not nobody. It is the holding company, is the owner, the managing member of that LLC. So that is a very complicated structure if you don't know about LLCs, but when you contact your CPA, your financial advisor, your attorneys, they're gonna know about this structure and they'll be able to help you out. So the second property is in Tennessee. So where do we file the LLC that's gonna own the property? In Tennessee, because that's where the property's at. Who's the managing member of that LLC? The holding company LLC is the managing member of that LLC. The third one is in Texas. Where do we file the LLC? In Texas, and that is the one that owns the property. Who's the managing member? The holding company is the managing member. And this goes on and on and on. We own, probably 12, 15 properties, and they're all in, under the holding company. So you could own 1, 2, 5, 10, it doesn't matter. They're all gonna go filed under the holding company that was filed in Delaware. Now, there's another way that we have a few of our properties for different circumstances that we've had to add an extra layer of protection to all of our LLCs. And some of those reasons sometimes is because we buy the entity that used to own the property before we bought it. And that's a little bit more detailed for beginners, but there's something that you could do when you buy a property that the prior owner owns the LLC that's individual to that property. We have purchased that entity for tax purposes, because when you buy the entity of the prior owner, your taxes are not assessed the year following, which is normally done. So you're able to extend the tax evaluation for that property a couple of years. So that is just a strategy that we've used to be able to defer the increases in taxes of the property. Again, please contact your advisors for them to give you more explanation, because I am not an expert. I'm just telling you what we've done for our investment properties. So when we've done that, our advisors has asked us to add an extra layer of protection. So we've added another LLC underneath the holding company to then put into the LLC that owns the actual properties. So I know it's a bit confusing and it might be a little much, but what I would tell you is that to please go more in depth and get more knowledge about LLC structures, because every entity or every entrepreneur has different structures, different things that they need in order for it to benefit with them in the state that they live in, their tax situations, if they don't have a trust, if they haven't planned for generational wealth. So there's so many different structures that your advisor will give you the right direction to file your LLC. But at least you understand and you're able to now start being more aware of what LLCs really, how important they are for your real estate investments. So if you really like this information and you think that this is gonna help anybody else you know, please share it because, as y'all know, we always like to say sharing is caring. So make sure that you like the video and share it.